Thanks for joining me for another episode of Demi-Chan. Now, as is the way for Demi-Chan, there isn't really much exploration into the nature and effects of the abilities that the Demis actually possess. At least not to the in-depth level that I would have wished for. However, we did get something slightly heading along that lines in the last episode, which is always nice. Now, we are getting towards the end, so I'm expecting it to be kind of wrapping up things. But then again, slice of life animes don't really need to go anywhere, and that's part of their charm. So, let's see what's going on in this one. Well, she's not exactly one to hold that kind of information back, is she? Not quite the kind of actor that they were all kind of expecting, but a bit better than some others have managed to achieve. Right, Saki? Well, that's, part of her personality, isn't it? She just goes ahead and does stuff that others would be too embarrassed to even contemplate. I wonder if we're going to get any further expansion on the police investigations. There's not really anything else I can really think about right now. I don't know if I can picture them needing to bring up. That would be a useful power to have, actually. But all the rest of them actually... I can see him getting into trouble over this. Great. We've got someone who is somewhat suspicious of him. She's following him. I wondered why he was staring at her waist, then realised because that's where she carries her head, isn't it? Yeah, how would she know what is the in thing to do? This is kind of out of character for her. Oh. Yeah, that can cause some damage. And he didn't even help out. Although he did, yeah, he did drop all of the stuff he was carrying. And potentially almost hurt herself quite badly. You do realise that he only raised his voice because he was worried? She needs both hands, yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant. At least, they've got people to confide in, don't they? Angry might not be the correct term to use, but oh, I wonder where she's going. She's now just gonna drag him here, isn't she? Yep, and that's because he pushed her to kind of accept herself, wasn't it? Yeah. See, sometimes all it takes is someone to be a bit thoughtful. Who would have guessed? And she can't really fight back if it's just her head. Hmm. Not really, but you know, with emotional high school students, I suppose you can take that kind of approach and it will work out. What's she doing? Unless it's you, Hikari. Hmm. Probably not, no. She's kind of oblivious to her own foibles. I'm guessing they've worked it out. With the suspicions building, is that when the police are going to get involved? Was she asking herself? You know, sometimes you might be going a bit overboard because you are still, student and teacher instead of true proper friends. But weird way of putting it, but yes. Mm-hmm. And there's no biological reasoning behind it that I can think of. Hmm. Well, what? No, why is there a cat outside? Why? What other sciences is going to explain this? I mean, it's probably going to be physics because chemistry I can't. I've got even less of an understanding of how it would be connected. Hmm. He was eccentric, isn't he? Physics. Yeah. And he takes it in his stride. Yep, I like this oddball. Right. Where's he going with this? Oh, that's where he's going with it. If you can use this, you can really start. Oh, yeah, I can see some money making schemes in the works. I'm not sure how it can be confined within a body though. Hmm. So her neck exists on a different plane. Oh yeah, I'd be surprised if they didn't do those kind of checks. Yeah, that would be really bloody weird. Mm-hmm. is a bit of insulting drawing, but yeah. Yeah, the actual logistics of how this all. Oh. So there's no kind of open, like, muscle or bone that you can see. Slightly less grisly. It is an interesting line of thought, isn't it? How long has he been standing there? It's been 4 hours! Everyone's unusual in their own way. Just. Yeah. Has to. You've got to have more than just observation. You've got to have a reasoning. And repeatability to make your conclusions. It's the double-slit experiment. I'm trying to remember what that was. Was it originally just for light? Where light existed in both waves and particles? Depends how you define the term, but yes, okay, I'll go with you. This guy is very energetic about his discoveries and thoughts. See, he said touching it hurts, but she's carrying her head constantly, so. Yeah, I. Are they trying to use these. A lot of what he's saying does have a basis within physics and science itself. Are they trying to extrapolate this into the show? Well done. He can be a motivational speaker with that emphasis, can't he? I bet you regret that lecture. To be fair, it would be nice, wouldn't it? To convert fictional events and items into reality. Yeah, he's not going to be fulfilled just by that like half hour. Is she now thinking about things more in depth? Because she was kind of going with the flow. Is that what she's? Good. Is it unethical if she tests on herself? They've awakened her scientific curiosity. Oh. Yeah, he can become. He can be the one to understand and make transportation, teleportation a reality. Oh. Sure, it'd make her life easier and she can live out normal, but it also takes away what makes her her. You also don't realise how tall she is when she doesn't have her head on. It's not quite the same now, is it? It's nice to see someone content with themselves, isn't it? Especially since this show is a lot of uncertainty. And, well, it's high school, it's people trying to find themselves and learn who they are. Doesn't help when they are genetic defects. Of course, it doesn't mean that their abilities or differences really change all that much, does it? To be fair, I wouldn't mind having something a bit more obvious and special like they have. Of course, when it comes to it, genetic variation when it comes to mutations sometimes in humans isn't that great. We went full circle in that one. You had Machi being envious of Hikari and her forcefulness, going into then embarrassing herself, upsetting him, and from that low point then ending with this bit where she's had her eyes open to the world of science and the possibilities, and Soma being the way he is, and saying that she can be incredible and she is the start of potentially something amazing in the realm of physics. To give her that guiding point in her life when we saw she wasn't sure why she was studying, she just knows that she liked to. She didn't know what she wanted to do, and this gave her that direction. I wish I had a bit more direction back when I was meant to be studying. I mean, it all turned out fairly alright now. Can't complain too much. Although a lot of my education has gone to waste. Haven't really used much of it. But then again, it is always nice to have that little bit of expertise that you can bring out and impress no one really, because no one really listens anyway. Useless knowledge can sometimes be not very useful. But there we have it. Essentially, that is the meaning of Demi-Chan, isn't it? It's accepting yourself for who you are and making the best of your own life and who you can be. I hope you learn something. I hope we all learn something. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Join me again next time. We are running perilously close to the end. And if you want to make sure you don't miss what's coming up next, then make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, then you won't get left behind. And of course, spreading the word around and liking the video helps me out a lot. So, until that time comes, stay awesome, get some rest, and I'll see you in the next one.